Most people are very afraid of discussion-oriented teaching, question and answer type thing, interaction, and that fear is pretty common and pretty normal. Pretty much it boils down to them not wanting to look dumb, or they don't want to look foolish. They want to look like the person who doesn't know what they're talking about. But your fear can be overcome. There's a way of preparing your heart and of just preparing your mind to be ready for dealing with interaction. You can prepare in the short term, or you can prepare in the long term. I'm just going to give you a lot of ideas. Don't get overwhelmed by them. Start doing some of them, and that'll help get the ball rolling. So, in the long term, getting prepared for dealing with interaction and question and answer, it basically boils down to this: start learning the questions that people have, and be a learner in general. Start just continue to grow in your knowledge. So read the Bible consistently, read other books consistently, be a learner, be a reader. Listen to sermons and listen to videos and interviews and things like that. The thing that I like to listen to is Q&A sessions at Bible conferences. When you do that, you will learn the questions that people have, which questions always seem to come up, which questions really distract the conversations, and which ones really bring people down to real life. And as you listen to Q&A from experts, you'll hear what a good answer is. Another great way of being prepared in the long term is just to be talking about Christ all the time with people. Talk about the Bible, talk about God, talk about theology, and find out what questions people have and which answers that you give are helpful, which ones are confusing, which ones are distracting. So over the long term, be a learner both of scripture and truth, but also a learner of people, what kinds of questions they have. But most likely, you don't have a long time to prepare for this teaching session. Most likely you've got about a week. And so what are you going to do from today until next Sunday or Wednesday night or Monday night when you've got to teach a small group or you've got to teach a Sunday school class or something like that? So here's what you can do in the short term. You can read more on the topic than you currently are going to be teaching on. So if you're teaching on one paragraph of scripture, read the entire book. If you're teaching on one lecture or one session out of a curriculum, then read the previous two and the next couple that come after it. And that'll help you to get oriented. It'll help you to see which questions are going to be asked, which ones are going to be addressed later. Another thing that I like to do is come up with synonyms for major topics and ideas. So that when someone asks a question and you get confused, you can come back with some synonyms of your main point to kind of get the ball rolling, to get the juices flowing. What are we talking about? What are similar ways of saying the same thing so that we can really get this ball rolling and become discussion oriented. Think through questions as you're preparing. Think through questions that people have. So what questions came to you when you were reading and when you were studying, and what questions might come to your family, to your wife or your kids or to your brother or to your sister? What questions would come to a friend? What questions would come to a coworker? And just start writing them down as you prepare and answering them, maybe in one sentence or two sentences. How would I answer this question if it came up on the fly? Another thing to be prepared in the short term is as you go into the session, be okay with silence. Silence usually means that people are thinking, they're processing, and so you need to be okay with it. Another way that you can improve the interaction and the dialogue is to ask short follow-ups. Ask for clarification. Encourage people when someone says a comment or asks a question. Try to encourage something about it. If it's off base, redirect it, but try to draw out the good point that's in there. Finally, this is the last major point. Don't be afraid to look silly. The whole Christian life is about humility, and teaching is a great opportunity for you to be humble. So if you don't know the answer, simply say, I don't know. Be humble. If you have looked silly, you didn't prepare right, say, I didn't prepare right for this. If you're afraid, confess that to God. Be humble and say, God, I don't know what's going on here. I need you to give me the answers. As you prepare your heart by seeking humility and say, God, just humble me right now. I need you to teach. I need you to train. I need you to lead. Give me ideas. Give me the thoughts. Give me the right questions, and do your work.